Behind yesterday's mass shooting appeared to be on a mission. All this, of course, adding to concerns for local police forces as well as private citizens. How do you get prepared for this kind of well-planned attack? Joining us now, Steve Rogers, retired lieutenant detective for the Nutley, New Jersey Police Department. I can't think of a more innocuous thing than, the office Christmas party. You get together with all of your buddies from the office, you sit down, you have some lunch, maybe some drinks, and you celebrate the season. All of a sudden, this kind of bloodbath erupts. I was struck at the fact that so many people in that building said, we train for active shooter situations every single month. Welcome to life in America these days.
John, the last time I was here, I shared with you that America is going to be facing and be engaged in one of the most incredible wars here, unlike anything we've ever seen before. And yesterday was just a taste of what I'm afraid is to come. Look, police departments need to be prepared to engage an enemy like this. You had a prior guest on who nailed it. The government has to say, hey, look, we know we're at war and we're dealing with warriors. Look at the armament, the weapons, the ammunition. These people were ready for war.
A dozen pipe bombs apparently found in their rental unit that were, not exploded. They also had 3 pipe bombs wired together at the county center that apparently did not explode. I mean, these were some fairly sophisticated operators, and I have to think that maybe they had other operations planned. I mean, you don't need 12 pipe bombs at a Christmas party.
Yeah, I'm sure they did have other operations plans. Excellent, excellent police work. They probably ended up saving God knows how many more lives. But to not classify this as a terrorist attack because there are guidelines that the FBI has to go by, Justice Department guidelines, is ridiculous. Look. They have military hardware, military clothing. They had a plan. They executed the plan. They completed their mission, and they escaped. What more do you need? And then you have the bit of the Mideastern connection with the travel. What more do you need than to tell the truth? It was a terrorist operation.
And departments like the one that you were with for, 30-plus years in Nutley, New Jersey, you have to be prepared now for what amounts to combat.
Well, I'll tell you, I could tell you the Nutley Police Department, highly professional. They do active duty training 2-3 times a year. But what they need, like every other police department needs now, is the hardware. They're going to need those Bearcats. They're going to need those tactical units. Now, there's a Ferguson effect, all right? I understand the Justice Department a few months ago now is withdrawing that equipment from local police departments because in Ferguson there was some question as to whether they should have used that equipment during those protests.
So you're talking about the Bearcats. Those are those heavy-duty military-style sort of troop carriers, bulletproof or at least bullet-resistant, that we see surrounding the SUV in the middle of the street. If I'm a cop in a squad car, I don't want to be taking on somebody who's got an AR-15 with just my windshield in front of me. I want some heavy-duty armor.
And IEDs and bombs. You don't know where they're going to be placing these things. So in order for the police to protect the people, they need the equipment to do that. We have highly professional police officers in this country that do a darn good job, and they need the equipment to protect themselves and the people.
And you're saying that the Justice Department wants to pull a lot of that stuff back from,
I read
local police
reports a few months ago that they are actually pulling a lot of that back because in Ferguson, that's why they call it the Ferguson effect, there was this idea that the police did not use that equipment properly, okay? And there's a lot of questions whether, there's a debate over that issue, but the point is now we need that equipment. You need it because it's no longer criminal activity, it's terrorist activity, and it's war.
And local police have to be prepared. Stephen Rogers. Stephen, thank you.
You're welcome.
Jenna.